Dad,
What?
I remember.
Remember what?
You killed my mother.
I made that with Seedance 2.5. And I'm not just making this for fun. There's $300,000 on the table right now, and I want to show you exactly how I'm going after it. So Akool is running this thing called the Creator Clash, and there's $300,000 in creator rewards up for grabs for videos made with Seedance 2.5 on their platform. Here's how it works. $30,000 for the grand prize, $15,000 for most creative, $15,000 for best ad, plus 10 Akool picks getting $1,000 each. But honestly, the part that caught my attention is this. Every qualified submission gets $100. You don't have to win. If your submission qualifies, you get paid. So even if you enter and don't win, you can still get $100 just for making a video and getting your submission qualified. That's honestly a pretty unusual deal, and is the main reason I decided to make this video in the first place. There are 5 things you need to do to qualify. First, generate your video with Seedance 2.5 on Akool. Add the Akool logo in the corner, then post the video on YouTube, Instagram, X, or TikTok. After that, tag Akool and use the hashtag AkoolClash, then submit your post link through their entry form. And you really need to get all 5 right, because if you miss even one, you won't qualify for the $100. The deadline is September 15th, and the winners are announced on September 30th. The link is in the description. Before I show you how I made mine, there's something important I want to talk about first, how they are actually judging these videos. Creativity is worth 40% of the score, and their wording is basically, can someone look at your idea and immediately see that it's different? Think about it. If a judge has already watched 40 Avengers-style fight scenes that day, yours probably isn't going to stand out, even if you made it really well. So instead of trying to make the biggest or craziest action scene, I decided to go in a completely different direction. I went for something much more grounded, a photoreal thriller with no superpowers and no big spectacle. It's basically a man chopping wood in the snow and a 17-year-old girl asking him a question he has no answer for. And storytelling is another 20% of the score. So that's 60% of the judging, coming down to 2 things. Is the idea original, and does it actually make you feel something? Not how many explosions you can fit into 8 seconds. Quick context before I show you the process. The film I'm actually building is a 10-minute short called No Exit. It's about a former operative who's been living under a fake identity for 12 years. Then one day he gets a call from his wife, who's supposed to be dead. She tells him they're coming for their daughter and then warns him not to trust her. 20 minutes later, his house is under attack. And the twist, his daughter isn't the hostage. She's the reason they are there. Though this is a pilot episode for proof of concept, that's what I'm submitting, and that's what I'm going to walk you through now. The first thing I did was write the script. I already had the idea for what I wanted to make, so I took that idea and used ChatGPT to turn it into a proper screenplay, and honestly, I got a really solid script out of it. Once the script was ready, I turned it into a production document and brought that into Claude. That's where I handled the production side characters, locations, props, individual scenes, and all the prompts I needed to generate the film. From there, I moved into the actual visual production. The first thing I did was create character reference sheets in Akool. I used GPT Image 2 to create the photorealistic character references I actually wanted to use throughout the film. Once I had those, I downloaded all the references and organized them into folders on my laptop. Then I could pull the right character reference into each shot. For the video generation, I used omni-reference with Seedance 2.5 inside Akool. Initially, I experimented with creating a start frame first and then using that as a reference for the video. But I started running into time problems. I am busy with several client projects, and creating a start frame for 88 shots is not an easy task. So I switched to omni-reference, and that solved a lot of those problems. I could reference the actual character in every shot, which reduced the time spent and even gave me much more consistent faces, clothing, and overall appearance. And you can see the difference in the result. It's genuinely photorealistic. Once I finished generating the shots, I organized everything into folders and named them according to the scenes. Then I brought everything into CapCut and started editing. Sound design was another part of the process. I used Claude and ChatGPT to help me come up with ideas for the music cues and sound design, but I wouldn't blindly use whatever they suggested. Sometimes the AI gives you a sound that technically makes sense based on the prompt, but it doesn't actually work for the scene. So I had to listen, watch the sequence, and decide whether the sound actually matched what was happening emotionally. Sometimes I'd literally watch the scene over and over again with my eyes closed, just to focus on what I was hearing. That process of testing, listening, cutting, and adjusting is what helped me get the final result. And of course, not every generation worked. I had plenty of failed shots that I had to regenerate. You're not going to get everything perfect on the first try. Sometimes you generate a shot and it just doesn't work. Other times it works well enough that you can simply cut around the problem. That's just part of the process. There was also one continuity mistake I noticed with the blood on the character's face. Ideally, I should have created another character reference with the blood already on the face and used that throughout the relevant shots. That would have made the continuity much better. But I was busy throughout the week, so I had to make the call and move on. This is still a proof of concept, and there's definitely room for improvement in the next version of the film. So that's basically the entire process I used to create my submission with Seedance 2.5 on Akool. And if you want to enter the $300,000 Creator Clash, you can enter too. The competition is open, and I would genuinely love to see what other people come up with. The deadline is September 15th, so you still have time to make something. Just remember the requirements. Tag Akool, use hashtag AkoolClash, and make sure the Akool logo is visible in the corner of your video. Miss those requirements and you won't qualify. And that's it, guys. If you want to watch the full 10-minute version of No Exit, I'll leave the link in the description. It's on my film production channel, Spectra Film, so you can check out the full film there. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next tutorial.